friend, we're doing a comic series at the moment. I'm writing.
Nice.
That'll be quite interesting. So it's an adult comic. Lots of violence and stuff like that. So it's all good. And then just sort of general projects, keeping myself fit, still training, trying to keep myself in ring shape. And then just other bits and pieces, really, and just working on like what's going to be the thing for Defrain when he comes back to the ring. You know,
sure.
Obviously, everyone's plans have been sort of thrown up in the air, so now's the sort of perfect time to. This is the big reset button. Let's sort of get everything redrafted and see where we can go from there. Really.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what a lot of the guys have been doing. A lot of the guys have been telling me they've been really brushing up on their sort of characters and reevaluating it a little bit, maybe like working on their promos and stuff, like and things of that stuff. And they was asking me about it, and I said, you really need to just pretty much just stand in front of a mirror and do it. I think is probably your best bet. If there's anything I can take from when I used to do acting, but that was what you pretty much you'd have to look at yourself all the time and get used to it as well, because it can be nerve-wracking when you watch yourself back. I know that for a fact, but sometimes it's the only way you can kind of critique and learn. That's the thing with it. But yeah, hopefully it's obviously just going to be a case of a time more of when than anything else. And obviously with Triumph Wrestling as well, I'm sure you've got some plans there between the three of you guys on what's going to be coming back on that, and I'm sure it's given you a lot more time to sort of think about creating new stuff there as well, isn't it?
Yeah, like I say, we're in talks of what we're going to do with it. We've got plans, and it'll be interesting to see how it all develops, really. So everyone out there, get ready for when lockdown ends, because it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, and before you go, just let my listeners know where they can find you and where they can get you on the social medias.
Well, you can... it's very simple. You type in Defrain and it's anywhere. You go on Facebook, type in Defrain, you'll see me. You can type in Defrain in YouTube. I always keep it simple. I don't try and put lots of fancy tags in it. So if you want to watch more of Defrain, simple Defrain in Facebook. Look for the hulking mass who seems to be screaming at the camera. That's me.
That's the guy. Yeah, that's the thing with when you first get on social media and the bloody names. Like you can never get the name you kind of want. And I remember having this chat with Simon Miller of all people, actually, and he said to me his biggest regret was putting 316 at the end of it, because he ended up like talking, or I think he tweeted Austin or something, and then he felt like a prat afterwards because he had the 316 at the end of it, and he felt like he just comes across like a huge mark and sort of nerdy fan that follows him. But like it's one of those things when you get on social media, you don't know where you're going to be in the next 5 years or anything like that, do you? So I think keep it simple. I think you're on the right tracks there. By the time I got on Twitter, it was really difficult to get my name on it, that's for sure. So you have to go to the next best, but you don't want all them crazy numbers and everything else on it. It's a nightmare to do, and you kind of want it all to be the same. But I've got to be honest with you, I'm not the most savvy with social media in general anyway, so whatever comes with me for stuff like that. Before you go, Sam, just did you watch any WrestleMania at all? I've got to ask that from this year.
No, I didn't. I will have to watch some of it on catch up. And
have you seen any of the stuff with the empty arena stuff?
Do you know what? I haven't.
I think you should keep it that way.
It reminds me of the only time I remember the empty arena being good was I think it was Super Bowl '99.
I know what you're going to say, Mankind and
The Rock in the arena, but then they just used everything, and it wasn't
that was good.
It wasn't a full show. It was just their match during the halftime heat of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I remember it well.
And, it was a blinding match.
It got huge ratings as well because of that.
Yeah,
because it was in the Super Bowl. Really good idea. if anything. But yeah, it's unfortunately it's not like that for me. I know a few guys that have enjoyed it more, but I've really got disconnected with it. I've come to the realization that fans are an integral part of a wrestling show, and without them, there is a real lost magic in it all. And that's no discredit to the wrestlers themselves, because they're putting in as much effort as they would. But I really feel like the vibe and atmosphere is just no way near the same, and it's something you just can't take away. There's a few things that you know wrestling has to have, and the audience is definitely one of them.
Without that electricity, you know, you don't feel that vibe, do you?
Sure, yeah, no, it's crazy. But no, I want to thank you very much for coming on the show. It's been really good to chat to you on this episode.
Oh, thanks for having me, John.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. And obviously, stay safe, stay in as much as you can, and all the rest of it. And hopefully, when all this is done, I'll see you back on the road again, and we can get one of those interviews done. That'll be the thing we want to go to. But no, thank you again for coming on, my friend, and stay safe.
All right, you too, and everyone else, stay safe out there as well.
Thank you, my friend.
All right, you take care.